Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Naomi and let's dream about beauty. In today's video, I am doing a collaboration with the beautiful Angie from 4F Beauty. This is her series called PICC. It's Photo Inspiration Collab Challenge. So I will be posting the picture and I have to create an eyeshadow look based on this picture. There are two rules. I can use any color that is in this picture, but I don't have to use all of them. And the second rule is that I cannot use the color that is not in this picture. So Angie's been doing this PICC series for quite a long time, and if you're interested to see what kind of look I get as I'm inspired by this picture, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for this picture inspiration, I thought I would use my Clionad 66.5 degrees north collection, and that's what it looks like. And I thought this was the perfect palette. It is, so as you may know, Clionad is a Canadian brand based out of Toronto, the Toronto area, and 66.5 degrees north is the latitude of where the Canadian North begins. And while you may think of the Canadian North as just white ice, actually it is beautiful, especially in the summertime, with the greens and the deep greens and blues of the skies, the forests, and the vegetation and whatnot that grows there. So this palette and these colors are meant to represent the beauty of the Canadian North. So the deep green of the trees in this picture and the blues just reminded me of that, which is why I chose to go with this particular palette. I will be supplementing it with some singles that I have from, this one is from Menagerie Cosmetics, and I'm going to be supplementing it with the yellows, and then also with the dark brown in my everyday palette. So let's get started. So the color that jumps out at me most in this picture is definitely green. So I'm going to begin with this green that is up here in the corner. It's quite a powdery shade, so I have to tap my brush off. My lids are not set. So many of you might be familiar with Angie's channel, but for those of you who are not, I will comment a little bit about her channel. She is a teaching channel, which means that her specialty is basically creating a makeup look, particularly eyeshadow, that can be followed by anybody. So a beginner could follow her tutorial, and she shows each step along the way. She doesn't edit out any of the footage. She doesn't speed it up, so you can watch how she blends as she blends and see how it all goes. And then that way, when you're watching, you can follow along basically at the same speed that she's doing her makeup. You can do your makeup. She gives some great tips. One of them I will show you now. She calls it the Viennese waltz of eyeshadow. And so when you have some of these little wrinkles in the corner of your eye, sometimes you can get tiger striping. And so what she recommends is to do inward turns or circles as you move into the eye. Then you do a little bit of a back and forth, and then outward turns as you come back out. And apparently that emulates some steps in the Viennese waltz, which I am not familiar with, but every time I do my makeup, I think of her because I always think of that particular tip. She has other tips, like for example, when you're applying your shimmer and you wet your brush, you clean it off here in your knuckle, and that way you're not getting excessive moisture down into the ferrule and disrupting the glue that's holding your bristles in place, the hairs of the brush in place. Speaking of, I apparently have a hair from my brush on my eyelid brow. So, Angie is from the UK, and I'm fascinated with people who are from the UK simply because I love the way they talk. And the thing you might not know about me, but when I'm drunk I like to do English accents. And a very bad Scottish accent. Well, all of my accents are bad, but I still like to do them. Anyhow, she rolls her R just really nice, and I love it when she says the word brush. She sounds just like a majestic queen. So anyhow, I pretty much got this blended out like I want, and there's so much kick up in the pan, but that's okay. I just blew it all away. Okay. Recently, Paulina Beauty did a video talking about her pet peeves, and one of them is when people who look in the... So I'm trying to remind myself to look at the camera when I talk and not at the viewfinder. But I have this bad habit of looking at the viewfinder because I want to make sure that I look good. No, I'm kidding. I want to make sure that I'm in focus, and that, so I'm just... But I've been doing this long enough that I should have it figured out. I can't say that I'm completely brand new to it anymore. Okay, so now I am going to take this blue and I'm going to bring that down a little further into my crease. I'm going to use the same brush. This has also got a lot of kick up in the pan. Angie's channel is a I can't think of it. What is that? It's like when people whisper and tap. She doesn't tap, but she has a very quiet, soothing voice. And a lot of times I watch her channels at night as I'm falling asleep, and she always makes me feel so relaxed, and I love it. ASMR. ASMR! That's it. Her channel is an ASMR channel. And if you're not a beginner, if you are somebody who's, you know, quite advanced with makeup, you can always go to this speed widget that YouTube provides, and you can speed up videos. So for example, if you find that Angie's going a bit too slowly for you, you can always speed things up. So okay, so that really reminds me of the greens. So I'm just looking at the picture on my iPad. Sort of the greens that are... My watch is being annoying. Okay, so it's pretty much like what I was hoping for. Now I'm going to start in the inner corner and work my way. Actually, I'm going to start in the outer corner maybe. So I'm going to start in the outer corner with the dark brown. We'll see how that goes. I'm using a smaller brush. This is like the dark brown that you find in the little creatures at the front and also in the tree. Anyhow, if you're not familiar with, well, either if you are familiar with Angie's channel, or if you're not familiar with her channel, I recommend that you go and check out her half of this collaboration and stick around and watch some of her amazing videos. She has a series that she's doing on the zodiac. So there's 4 elements to each zodiac, if I can remember. There's birthstone, the planet, the color, and the flower. I think those are the 4. Kind of the zodiac month series. So far she's done Aquarius and Pisces and Capricorn. And it's a great series where she does an eyeshadow look that's inspired by the planet of the sign or the flower of the sign or the colors of the sign. So I really enjoy that series that she's doing. So anyhow, check out her part of this collab and then also check out some of her other videos that she has that are just amazing. And I know everyone who collabs with her mentions this, but she also has a very nice clip where she talks about the difference between deep set eyes and hooded eyes and what the workarounds are for either or and what you might have so that you can you know, do your makeup successfully depending on what type of eye shape you have. Okay, so that's good for the brown, and I'm just going to go back over top of that with the blue, just to kind of, because I don't want it to be totally brown, I want it to kind of look like a dark green, dark bluey green. And this will help. I'm just going to use the green as well. And this will just help kind of blend out that color. The brown, I mean, into the rest of the look. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted. Now I'm going to go into this dark metallic blue with a flat shader brush. Oh, I forgot to get a spray. I'll be right back. So, clean off the ferrule like Angie says. So I'm just putting that just right in the center there. Not doing too bad with fallout. And I'm blending the blue into the darker brown as well. Then, let's see what color I want to do next. I'm going to take this light blue and blend that into the darker blue. Using on the other side of the brush, and I just wet it again. I'm trying to do kind of an ombre look. Oh, there's the fallout. Okay. And then I'm going to take this greeny blue right here that I dug my nail into, and a smaller shading brush. This palette is so pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to the Menagerie palette. And I'm going to pick up some of this gold and put that in around the very inner corner of my eyes. So there's a lot of yellow that's in the yellow and orange, golden colors in the reflection in the lake and in the sunset or sunrise, whichever it may be. Got a little crazy on this side. It's kind of a bit of a crumbly shade, but it's very pretty. Oh, sorry about that. I just had a little oopsie. My camera card was full. Okay, so now back into my everyday palette for that dark brown. I'm going to run that underneath my eye. For that, I'm going to use just this flat little brush. And then I'm going to take the dark blue on this little on a little brush like so, and just blend that into the brown. Okay, so that's pretty much what I was hoping for. I'm just going to run off and do my eyeliner and whatnot, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are with the finished look. And I think that it is pretty good representation of the colors in the picture. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. The Cliona palette is so beautiful, and really this is one of the first times I've really given it a good tryout, and I'm really happy with how it looks, with how the look turned out. I would like to say thank you to Angie for inviting me to collab with her. I feel very fortunate that I was able to do this challenge. Like I said earlier, I hope that you'll go out and check out her channel and her video that she made. I'm so curious to see which colors she chose from the picture and how her look turned out. Time is our most precious resource, and when you spend a little bit of your time with me, I really appreciate it. I hope wherever in the world you are, that you are well, that you're healthy, that you're happy. I'd like you to consider subscribing, activating the notification bell, liking this video, and commenting down below. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. That's it from me for today. Take care, and bye-bye.